I think there has been some really big abuse of power, and so many actors have been put in positions that they shouldn't have been. So I really like that things like that are changing now.
Hi, Sophie.
Hi, Jana. How are you going?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Yeah, pretty good. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you and to talk about this movie that I really enjoy. I really liked it. So I want to start what was about Kate's script that got your attention to be part of this project?
I think it was the initial idea, the idea of a woman who's in a hotel room, who's felt unsatisfied in her life and has decided to make this really bold move and hire a sex worker to have good sex, you know? And the fact that that would be Emma Thompson was irresistible, you know? But also just the kind of the potential of a story like that to explore intimacy and connection and physicality and to kind of do away with all the trickery of cinema and focus just on the performance and the basic ideas. That was really thrilling to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Her character, Nancy, we don't see that type of character often. It's very rare. That's why I think, and Emma did an amazing job. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah, truly. And I think she really understood that character. Like, she read the first draft and she absolutely connected to something about that role. She felt it was familiar, and it was people that she knew that she wasn't seeing on screen. And I think she also just sort of, the project hit her in the heart, and she kind of wanted to do it, you know, so much.
Yeah. And to find the perfect actor to create that chemistry with her. What was like this conversation with Emma and to find Daryl? Because they both are so perfect together. So how was it? Was very difficult for you to find him?
It was difficult. No, it wasn't difficult. There were so many brilliant actors. I wish that we could have worked with you, just watching all these people and thinking they're so wonderful. But when we met Daryl, there were just these things about him, these layers that he brought to the role that felt really strong to us. And Emma met with him, and the chemistry that you talk about had to be there, and it had to feel instantly like they could create the characters together and do all of that dialogue, but also physically be together. And they felt that instantly. And I think we felt very sure as soon as we had him that he was the right choice. And he's very gentle and he's generous, and he's many things that, again, I don't feel like we've seen much on screen in young men. So I felt very lucky to find him.
Yeah, and he looks good. It's beautiful. Actually, the cinematography is beautiful, even though it's one tiny bedroom in a hotel, but it's still beautiful. That for you was a challenge, to work in the small space. I don't think it would be too small, but I felt small. You know what I mean?
Yes, it was a challenge, and but one I really enjoyed. So my partner, Brian Mason, is the cinematographer and also the editor of the film. So when we started to think about how to make the film cinematic, it was all about the idea of light in the space and the moving and changing lights. And then that's how we kind of created the visual look. And then also it was about the movement of their faces, the landscape of their faces, the landscape of their bodies. So we kind of start sort of further out with a kind of room that's very beautiful and, small, and there's the view and there's the daylight and everything. But as we go further into the story, the camera starts to move around them and they start to move into different parts of the space. And then eventually we start to get really inside them, right? We're on the mountains of their cheeks and the crevices of their face and their bodies. And so for us, we were trying to make cinema and landscape, in that room. And we very much enjoyed it. And a lot of that was to do with, the changing light and the camera work, which was kind of intimately integral to what we were doing.
Yeah. You mentioned about the close-ups, the intimacy on the faces and everything, and all those sex scenes. I think they're well done. How did you do to create a safe place for them to do that, to perform that?
Yes. Yes, this was very important to me. And the film deals with ideas of consent, and they sort of action a whole lot of kind of modeling of consent, I guess, across the work. And I work like that as well with my actors. So they have the full control over what's going on, on the set. And we were just very frank with each other. We had a week of rehearsals. We did a lot of workshops to kind of, feel comfortable with each other's bodies and to kind of get on the same page. So to create a purpose and a reason that we wanted to tell the film. And then those things became easier to do, Taking off your clothes, if you know why, is much easier. But also I had to deal with them, very much. They could choose not to, even if they'd said yes to something, if they chose that they were not comfortable, they didn't ever have to do it, They controlled how we operated on set and they controlled what was seen. And even to the point of, on a lot of sets, everything gets set up and you walk on as an actor and you've got your robe on. And at the last second, you drop the robe and film. But to me, that kind of says that your body is sort of something to be ashamed of. And so we created a different thing where the crew would leave the set and Emma and Daryl would come on and they would disrobe and get themselves comfortable and feel like they owned the space and we owned the space. And then the crew would slowly come back really gently and get ready and film. So we were again modeling an idea of like bodies aren't to be hidden away or shameful. And I think once we found that place together, we just kept checking in with each other, but it felt pretty easy.
Yeah. That's good. That's good to know because sometimes it's not like that, right?
Absolutely.
So there's some don't feel safe.
Yeah. I think there has been some really big abuse of power and so many actors have been put in positions that they shouldn't have been. So I really like that things like that are changing now.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I was reading something that you made this movie in less than 20 days. Is that possible?
we filmed it in 19 days,
Oh my God.
Yeah, we filmed it. It was fast. It was really fast. And there was a lot of dialogue every day. And but we were in one space. And Emma and Daryl, I mean, they're top class, they knew what they were doing. They were so professional. So they had to keep doing that. And our camera and key creative team were also amazing because they had to come up with shots that would work for this way of shooting very quickly. But it was really, really fast.
Oh my God, but you did a great job and you see the result on screen and it's amazing. Also, I want to ask you, like, what did you learn about yourself? Like being this project, being part of this project, directing, being around this crew and these actors?
I think that as a director, the thing that a film like this does is helps you to trust yourself, or it helped me to trust myself. Because the parts of filmmaking that I really love were at the center of this work. And I feel like one of my jobs is to create the right kind of environment and space and look after and protect everybody and stay true to a kind of vision, but not at the expense of anybody. Kind of like work out how to make something creatively exceptional, treating people well, because that's kind of what the film is about, right? So I guess trusting that I know how to do that and that I could do that on a grand scale or a small scale. Yeah, that's how I felt making it. I felt like a reminder that, you work with someone like Dame Emma Thompson and you're like, yes, but she's in it for the work. She cares about it. And they're the people I want to be working with, whether they're known by the whole world or unknown,
Yeah, amazing. Sophie, I just want to thank you so much for your time. Congratulate you on this movie. It's amazing. I really enjoy, and I hope everybody enjoyed like I did. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jana. Bye.
Nice to meet you. Bye. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.